Hey everybody, this is Ryan McCaffrey with IGN covering Halo the Master Chief Collection all month long. I'm joined by Dave Mertz. Dave, you are the lead designer, the project lead on Halo 2 Anniversary stuff.
Correct.
And you can now forge in the 6 anniversary maps in the Xbox One Anniversary sandbox.
Absolutely. This is the first time people will be able to forge within the Halo 2 sandbox, so we're really excited about that.
And now what are we going to get up to here?
Well, what we're looking at right now is we're looking at one of our new forge maps. It's called a wash. And what this is actually a blank forge map. The geometries you see in the distance here is actually in the skybox. But something that fans really wanted is they wanted just a blank canvas to work on. So that's what we've done. We provided 3 of them, and we're showing you one of them right now.
Let's check it out here. Looks like we've got a budget like we always have with Forge.
Correct. Right now what we're doing is we're looking through the different Forge palettes. One of the most exciting ones here is a natural palette. So by having a blank canvas here, so to speak, to work with, we've got to give you a way to get some of the more core geometry and some of the terrain in. So this is probably one of the biggest things that people will notice. One of the biggest changes is this natural terrain here. As you can see, I'm laying down some natural terrain right now. We're rotating it. Just a wide variety of pieces. They're double-sided, so we're able to turn them, twist them, rotate them in a lot of different ways. There's a number of things you'll notice that we're going to be doing here, that I'm doing here right now, is, we have precision control back. And notice I say precision control, not just precision movement, because we've actually added precision rotation as well.
Meaning?
Meaning that instead of it being kind of your bulk precision movement or your bulk precision rotation, what it is you're down to like the 1 unit with this stuff, or the 1 degree with this stuff.
Right, okay.
And that's something that was lost in Halo 4 and that we brought back from Reach, basically. So right now I'm just going to sit here and lay down some more pieces. Again, we have a lot to show. I want to try to get through this with you guys very quickly.
Sure, yeah. Let's
just showing some of the canyon walls here. I'm just going to lay some stuff down here really quick.
You're pretty good at this. I'm not so good at Forge.
Got a lot of practice with it.
I'm better at just playing the cool things other people make.
So again, this is just really fantastic. Look at all the stuff we have here. Now you can see the cursor change here. That's me going basically into precision movement and precision rotation mode. So there is feedback for that, and now you can see the crosshairs change again. So you can see just in general that we've done some UI changes here, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. But right now I want to throw together some stuff. We have a variety of other natural terrain pieces that aren't just big flat pieces in the cliffside pieces you've seen here. We have rocks and all types of stuff with to give people the ability to really kind of create that terrain that they're used to seeing in Halo. But that was typically created by our group of artists. So we really want to put that power in the hands of the users.
Yeah.
And so far, everyone has just been really blown away and super excited about it.
So I know, because we were talking on some of the earlier coverage earlier this month as part of IGN First, that I've asked Max Hoberman, the Certain Affinity boss and original Halo 2 lead multiplayer designer, like, hey, Bloodline, which is your coagulation remake. I'm like, it's kind of annoying to me that I missed the Scorpion tank. Where's the Scorpion tank? So I can just edit the map in this Forge and drop it back in.
Correct. Just like regular Forge, what everyone's used to, starting with Halo 3, you can go in and edit game objects, vehicles, weapons, player spawns, game mode related objects, just like you could before. But right now, kind of what I've been going through here is, I'm showing you we're putting in a gun goose, so that's what you're typically used to doing in Forge.
Right.
The stuff that I was kind of doing here a little bit before was just showing you some of the foliage and other things that people really didn't have a whole lot of access to. We've got almost 20 pieces of foliage with regards to like trees and those types of things. So what I just did is I just dropped into player mode here just to kind of drive around. You saw it lit really quick. And the terrain's really seamless. There may be little seams here and there just by the nature of putting stuff together.
Right.
But our team has done a really fantastic job with regards to just the assets that we created to really have everything really kind of mesh together really well. And due to the everything that comes to us with regards to just the additional memory and power of the Xbox One, we're able to do a lot of amazing things. For instance, this entire island complex here.
Wait, you built that?
Yes. So this entire island, everything you see here in front of you, except for kind of the background, stuff there in the vista. This entire thing, every single aspect of this was created with Forge.
That's pretty nice. That is cool. I see we've got There's the EMP thing from Bloodline there on the top of that red base.
Exactly. We've brought over a lot of the dynamic elements from the 6 Halo 2 Anniversary remake maps, and given those they're accessible to forgers. Some of the other stuff I was kind of pointing out here and kind of looking at here, you could see control consoles. You see these kind of blue arrows here and stuff. Those are actually switches and those types of things.
All right, are we gonna?
So what we're gonna do here is to really kind of show off some of that stuff that we were just talking about. We have to run the game. So what we're gonna do here is kind of run the game in Slayer mode, and kind of while this is running, I'll go over some of that stuff that we were kind of flying around. Again, we brought in a lot of dynamic elements, and one of the biggest things that we've done, it wasn't just that, it was actually we brought in some simple scripting. So what that means is you're going to have control over being able to toggle things on and off, and just a whole number of things that we think people are really excited about. And a lot of that stuff really came from some of the cool, almost Rube Goldberg type things that we saw people that were doing with Forge.
Right.
We're like, well, let's make that official. Let's try to give them the tools and try to make things that they can do where they don't have to create these crazy contraptions and these things that, were pretty hacky. But let's give them the ability to open and close doors and to do a whole number of things we're going to get to show you guys. And I think it's really important to point out that, what was really exciting about this internally was everyone wanted to add this stuff in, and we had a huge amount of support from Microsoft and 343 for our Forge efforts. And really where we started was with the fan base, with fans, with the Forgers. They told us what they wanted. Very, very passionate group of, in general, Halo fans are fantastic, and especially the Forgers are just very, very passionate.
Very invested in it, right?
Very invested, very passionate, really great, just really positive feedback, as well as just really, really good, just communication with them. So we really did. We started with that list. We started with the list of stuff that we weren't happy with the previous Forge. We went to those features lists and other stuff that we'd always talked about internally, and this is the result.
This will be interesting to check out here. I love the map name, by the way. IGN Forge. It's a good map name to me.
Yes. Yeah. So obviously this took a little while to build. So we built this ahead of time, but just because we wanted to show everyone how much stuff was in here. So right now we're in the game. You saw how quickly it lit. That really was due to the additional memory and power of the Xbox One has really allowed us to really not just add more geometry, but also to let it light quicker. So right now what we're doing is we're looking at the EMP from Coag. That's actually been placed in our map here. And what we're going to do is we're going to activate this switch, and every vehicle in the area, we get the big explosion. So the EMP's gone off. All the vehicles are disabled.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. So they're going to be disabled for a little while. But what happens if you want to do something a little bit more permanent? So what we're going to do here is kind of show you just the flexibility of the system, kind of this simple scripting system that we've talked about.
Okay.
And I know that, Max Hoberman, our president, is a big fan of explosions. So here we go. So there we go.
Were they all laced with bombs?
Yes, yes. And for, those that are eagle-eyed, they will see that those consoles actually are the original Zanzibar.
Blue screen of death?
Blue screen of death, yes. The whack screen, as it's called. So now I've blown up my my transportation. So what I want to do here is I want to go try to find some new transportation. So I'm kind of looking here at this gate into the hangar here, but I can't get through it. Well, again, I talked earlier about being able to give forgers the power of having doors that can open and close. So here we go. And this is actually the door, the gate from Zanzibar.
Nice.
So we're going to go through here. Now, we showed you how to disable vehicles. We showed you how to destroy vehicles. So now, we're kind of in this hangar. We're looking for transportation. Well, let's spawn a vehicle.
What?
So in this case, we're spawning the Hornet, which is not new to the franchise, but definitely new to H2A, to Halo 2 Anniversary.
I wasn't aware teleportation technology had made its way into the Halo universe as of yet.
So what we did here is, now you can see there's a lot of neat stuff that people can do, not with just their Forge maps, but build into vehicles. So I'm going to sit here and take off. Oh, but I'm blocked by another gate. Well, that's not a problem, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to activate this. So we're able to actually not just toggle things on and off through the normal activate controls.
Yeah.
But in that case, we're able to actually shoot the switch. So we're going to fly around this island a bit here. Again, everything that you see here has been placed and constructed.
That's nuts. How long did this take?
I think this was actually, a lot of this was put together by our designer back at Certain Affinity, Scott McLean. vehicles are actually sitting in. That's actually intentional. The water's only about a foot deep, and that was so people could actually forge and do really neat things and make rivers and make lakes and make, oceans. And
traversable things.
Yeah, you could have battles between islands. And what I was showing off there real quick was some of the race gates. Those were something new we added. Again, you don't see those a lot in the main maps, but we wanted to add those for people. So I'm going to land the Hornet here. Going to kind of walk around this landing pad that we've created. Going to walk there, and I think that I'd probably get in trouble if I didn't point out something.
I saw a different colored.
Yeah, and I don't know if this has been revealed yet. But what we did is this is a this
Heretic
is a Heretic
Banshee?
Yes, this is something new that we added.
Nice.
a little bit of fan
Nice touch.
service. It looks fantastic. Our art team's done a fantastic job with it. And this is something that players are going to have access to with Forge.
Very cool. It's always good to see another little Halo 2 callback right there.
Yep, absolutely. So, we really have shown a whole bunch of different things with the scripting, mostly vehicles, dynamic things you would expect. But you can actually activate and spawn in, with our scripting system, geometry. So in this case, we're going to toggle in a bridge.
Whoa.
And we can actually toggle it off. So one of the first test maps I actually saw from the Forge team, who just really knocked it out of the park with this, they spawn an entire racetrack. So the possibilities for Forge here are just phenomenal, just really endless. I mean, we've really built upon the Forges from the past iterations, and have really just tried to make this the best, most definitive version of Forge that we really could, and can kind of show you what you can do with it. You could go so far as to even create Battle Creek here, Beaver Creek.
Oh,
so this was
on.
created completely in Forge.
What?
And even the rocket launcher is there in the distance, so...
That is some excellent stuff, Dave. I'd say that's an unexpected bonus. I mean, we wouldn't expect it. You didn't have to add Forge into this Halo 2 stuff, so yet another awesome bonus on Master Chief Collection. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the community comes up with. Thanks for showing it off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, we've been wanting to show Forge for quite a while, but there's just so much stuff in the Master Chief Collection. It's been really hard over the past couple of months just to show everything. So it was a real pleasure to finally get a chance to show you guys a bit of Forge, and we're just scratching the surface here.
And for more on Master Chief Collection, you're already in the right place here at IGN.